The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest installment of the Hometown Football League. Big Pauly coming to you for our third game of the week, and it's going to be Atlanta traveling to Houston to take on the Oilers, part of the 32-team HTFL. Houston is a combination of the Oilers of old and the Texans of new, but I chose the Oiler nickname for them. And they'll be playing at Reliance Stadium. I'll play as Houston. The computer will play it as Atlanta. By the way, if you haven't seen yesterday's game between Detroit and Minnesota, check it out. It was the wildest game I have ever done in the nearly 2 years I have been running this channel. So go ahead and check that out. So we got a tough act to follow with this game between Houston and Atlanta. Matt Ryan and Deshaun Watson, who could become there was rumors that he could become a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, but I guess Tom Brady returning quelled all that talk. And the coin toss will go Houston's way. They will defer until the second half. They are in the Levia blue colors, and Houston is in the white. Dwight back deep for Atlanta. We'll get this party started. Dwight taking it about the 1 yard line up to the 21 for a return of 20. Atlanta's offense is Dickerson and Malone, a 4 and a 6. Jones and White, both 9 in terms of receivers. Jim Mitchell is a 6, the tight end, and these are blocking numbers for the linemen. Ken is a 9. Freilich and Van Note, Freilich is a 9. Van Note is an 8. Thielman is an 8. Coons is a 9. And that's your offensive line for Atlanta. And we'll see what Matty Ice can do. First and 10 from the 21. Both teams 6 and 4, trying to keep pace with the surprise Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are leading the division at 7 and 3, the South Division. Defensively for Houston, you got the star of the defense, J.J. Watt, at one of the defensive end positions, a 10-plus defender. Williams is a 9. Childress is a 9. Culp is an 8. Those are your defensive tackles, the last two. Brazil is a 10. Ryan's an 8. Webster a 9. Those are your three linebackers. Barr and Dishman an 8 and an 8. Bishop and Reinfeldt a 9 and an 8. Second and 1 at the 30 for the Falcons, who of course played probably one of their most famous games in Houston. Against the Patriots in Super Bowl 51, the first overtime Super Bowl. That was a throw on play action to Malone, caught for a 12-yard gain, first and 10 at the 42. Just getting started. And that is a grab for Julio Jones, his 63rd of the year, and that puts him over 1,000 yards on the season. That gain of 18, that moves it to the Houston 40. And Atlanta quickly on the move, 39 plays in 39 yards on 3 plays. And that was Ryan to White, far covering it, incomplete pass. Second and 10 from the 40. We like to move right along here. And second and 10 at the 40. And that's a completed pass to Julio Jones again. He had 7 for a $128. Against the hapless Tennessee Titans last week. First and 10 at the 26. Week 11. No buys, so this is the 11th game for each team. That's Jim Mitchell with that catch. And I'm going to challenge the spot of the ball. I have a better than even chance of a successful overturn, so let's do it.
The ruling on the field stands.
Not to be.
A timeout will be charged.
So it's first and 10 at the 16 now for Atlanta. Marching down the field at a brisk pace, 6 plays, 63 yards. This will be play number 7 coming up. And it's Ryan, and he gives to Malone, who picks up two. J.J. Watt making his, I believe, first tackle of the game. And it's 2nd and 8. At the 14, 11:31 to go. And that's Jones, and that's 6. Touchdown, Atlanta. 8 plays, 79 yards, only taking 4:01 off the clock. And the point after by Bryant, good. It's 7-0 Atlanta over Houston. Levias back deep for the Oilers. He takes it at about the 3 and moves it up to the 29. So he actually took it, he took it at the 3. It was a 26-yard return. Houston, they're running their offensive lineup. Their running backs are Campbell and Cannon, 3 receivers, but Campbell is a bulldozer. Try to get a hold of. So those are your running backs receiving numbers. Johnson, Andre Johnson a 10, Hopkins a 9, and Daniels is a 6. Watson the quarterback, and the blocking numbers, Brown an 8, Matthews a 10, Myers an 8, Munchak a 10, and Jameson an 8. First and 10. We'll go double tight end, which brings Reed in as the second tight end. We will go Campbell. He was stood up at the line by Kearney, who is one of the defensive ends. Humphrey is the other. Humphrey is a 9. Kearney is a 7. Jarrett is an 8. Hall is a 7. Those are your defensive tackles. Brooking, Tuggle, and Kuykendall, an 8-9-8 combination. Deion Sanders is a 10. Best wishes to him. He's having a couple of toes amputated due to blood clots, and that's something I totally understand, having lost my big toe about 3 months ago. Sanders in 10, Grimes is an 8, Brown is an 8, Case is a 7. So if you don't throw Sanders' way, it is a defense you can throw upon. But no way Campbell's going to be stopped twice here. I'm going to go right back to him. Trapped to the right side. Atlanta with 8 in the box, and that's a gain of 6. 3rd and 4, the ball at the 35. And we will go Campbell off tackle right side. And Campbell loose, and that's why we keep giving him the ball. That's a 16-yard gain as he got into the secondary. Brown making the tackle. Now we'll go play action middle to Hopkins. Want to throw away from Deion. That was batted at the line, incomplete. To set up a 2nd and 10. And we'll go to Billy Cannon here. Off tackle right side. And Cannon bursts through for a 6-yard stop, a 6-yard gain. Kearney on the stop. Setting up 3rd and 4, we'll go 3 wide, which brings Hennigan in, Charlie Hennigan, as the 3rd wide receiver. We will look his way on a short hitch on 3rd and 4, but an incompletion. So 4th and 4 at the 43. Our kicker cannot kick from 60, so we'll just pooch punt it with Norton. And that was a good punt. Rolled down to the 3-yard line. 1st and 10 Atlanta from there. 7:06 left opening quarter. 1st and 10 at the 3. And it's going to be Dickerson with a 8-yard gain. Shout out to Dave and Ron over at Digital to Dice. I just became a patron of theirs. They're starting a Patron page or a Patreon. I don't know how you like to pronounce it. It's kind of like tomato to me. Of course, I'm starting a Patreon page with the Pauly Talks Wrestling podcast, and I will talk about that again at halftime. And then we'll have a commercial. Because for all intents and purposes, this podcast, not this podcast, but these telecasts are going to be brought to you by Pauly Knows Wrestling. But I'm always happy to help Digital to Dice out because I wouldn't be doing this hobby had I not started listening to their podcasts. 2nd and 2 at the 11. They have done a lot to bring the community together, and I wanted to help them out. Gain of 5 for, let's see here, Dickerson. Webster on the stop for Houston. 1st and 10 at the 16 with 6:06 to go. And that's a throw and an incompletion. That was Ryan trying to find Julio Jones again. 2nd and 10 at the 16. One of the top receivers in the HTFL. Was in season 1. He is again in season 2. Screen, but Ryan had to evade some traffic there. And Malone coming out of the
Intentional
game.
grounding. Offense, number 2. Loss of down.
We thought that might be the case because Ryan just made a wild throw, not really in Malone's path. Malone coming out of the game, so Eric Pegram is going to come in as a running back for a few plays, we think. 3rd and 18, the ball at the Atlanta 8-yard line. And that's Jones picking up a 7-yard gain, and Malone, yes, coming right back in. So he'll see him again when Atlanta gets the ball again. Punting time, and we'll just set up for the return here. The punt by Bosher goes 47. Fair catch at the 38 by Billy White Shoes Johnson. 1st and 10, Houston at their own 38. Saw the end of the amazing race, which I think ended a couple of weeks ago today. I'll tackle right Earl Campbell, 1st and 10. Gain of 3. Kearney has been busy. He made another tackle there. We're down to 4:10 left in this opening quarter. A 2nd and 7 from the 41. We'll go 3 wide, and we'll look to Hopkins on a medium crossing route. He's got it, and Hopkins with a gain of 15. Watson got nailed on the throw. Trufant brought Watson down. Trufant is the nickelback, so let's introduce you to him. He is out of Washington University, the Huskies, the home of Warren Moon. Off tackle right, Campbell. But Atlanta playing short tight, so we're going to try to go over the top to Hopkins. 1st and 10 at the 44 of the Falcons, but that is incomplete.
Roughing the passer.
Oh,
Defense.
but a marker.
Number 97, 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
I was saying Kearney has had a busy opening quarter, but that's being busy in a bad way. 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 29. We'll go trap right Campbell in the double tight end set. Pickup of 3, and Sanders is hurt. Sanders slow getting up. His return will be questionable. So Trufant comes to play the primary corner position, and now I'm sure Houston's going to take advantage of primetime being out. Medium fly route, and that's Johnson, and that's a first down. Andre Johnson testing Trufant right away. That's a gain of 10. It was Grimes making the tackle, the other corner. I think you got Trufant matched against Hopkins, I beg your pardon. And it's 1st and 10 at the 16. So Houston in the red zone, first time today. Campbell trapped left in the double tight end set, and Campbell will go. Touchdown, Houston. Touchdown number 11 for Earl Campbell, Big Earl Campbell. And your score now, 7-6. The extra point by Del Greco, good, and we are tied. 7-7, a minute 34 left to go. In the opening quarter, Dwight, Butler, and Hampton back deep. Hampton from the 9, not much of a return, 18 yards. McDowell on the tackle for the Oilers. At the 27, we're down to a minute 25 left in the opening quarter. A 7-7 tie at the moment. Jones, gain of 11. Dishman on the stop. Pardon me a moment. It's good using the old USB corded headset again. I can hit the cough button every once in a while. I couldn't do that on the wireless. I heard you on the wireless back in 52. I bet you some of you know what song that lyric is from. 1st and 10 at the 38. Was the first song ever on MTV. Oh, Culp right through the middle. Introduces himself to Matty Ice, and that'll do it for the first quarter. It is Atlanta 7, the Oilers 7. And we start a fresh new period. Second and 17 at the 31. Video killed the radio star by the Buggles. And that was an incomplete pass. Ryan was chased down by Williams. He just threw it away. Not an intended receiver there. Very unfortunate to not get roughing the intentional grounding again. Not roughing the passer. That would be the reverse. Third and 17 at the 31. See if Matty can go deep here. And he has a first down.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 24. 15-yard penalty.
So that's
Automatic.
22
First down.
and 15 more on Joseph for the unnecessary roughness. A big play for Atlanta. First and 10 at the Oiler 32. That is a 4-yard gain for Malone. Ryans made the tackle on the team. Ryan is quarterbacking. By the way, I didn't do the plays and yardage. Atlanta right now, including this play, last couple of plays, in the start to second quarter, 17 plays, 129 yards, 12 of those plays passes, 11 plays, 75 yards for Houston, 7 of their plays rushes. So second and 6 at the 28. It's a give to Dickerson, but we have a marker.
Offsides. Defense. Number 78. 5-yard penalty.
It's on Culp. So that second and 4 now becomes second and 1. Where it would have been third and 2, but instead they opt for second and 1. Ball to 23 of Houston. Ryan to throw. He has Julio Jones, and he has a touchdown. I believe that is the second catch for a TD for Jones. And your score is 13-7 now in favor of the Falcons. If you're Italian, your extra point is good by Brian. Just kidding, all you Italians out there. I love you. 14-7. And Atlanta kicking off from the 35. Levias back deep. Took it at about the 1 or the 2. Return to 25 yards out to the 27. Curry made the stop for Atlanta. And Houston going double tight. And we're going to run the stretch play with Earl Campbell. First and 10. And Campbell, a gain of 4. Brown on the tackle to set up second and 6. Also be doing a video sometime in the days ahead. I picked up Action PC Basketball as the game of the month. And we'll be doing a review on that. Slant, Andre Johnson. And we have a timeout called by Atlanta. There was confusion on the defense. So it will be a second and 6. Sanders still out. And we'll go Campbell on the screen on second and 6. But an incomplete pass as the screen was in a traffic spot, I guess you could say. Campbell dropped it. And it's third and 6. We'll go Owen Daniels, medium cross. The former Texan. That's incomplete. Brown on the coverage, so they'll bring in Norton to punt for Houston. And that punt goes out of bounds. Only a 36-yard punt. They were punting away from Tim Dwight. First and 10 at the 33. 12:36 to go. And that is a nice gain for Jim Mitchell. Gain of 18, and Ryan now 10 for 14, 149 yards. I'm thinking about doing an all-time pickup game with Action PC Basketball. First and 10 at the 49, because I got the all-time franchise players. First and 10 at the Houston 49. Atlanta can expound on their lead. Long fly to Jones, deflected by Dishman. An incomplete pass. Second and 10 at the 49. 11:40 to go. I didn't record the third episode of Pauly Talks Wrestling, but I could do that tomorrow, actually, because we have a lot of rain in the area as of late. So on third and 10, let's see what Ryan does. He's had the hot hand so far in this first half, and that is a pickup of 4 yards. Not enough. It'll be 4th and 6. I will watch for a fake punt here. And that will go out of bounds at the 14. So not a lot of great punting in this game. That punt by Bosher only 31 yards. So it's first and 10 at the 14. And we will go back to Campbell, trapped to the right side. And Campbell darts diagonally towards the right sideline. Brooking is now out of the game. He returns in a few plays. I think that's Richardson, Al Richardson, in place of him out of Georgia Tech. 6-yard gain for Campbell. I'm getting those colored play boxes, trap left, trap right, saying you've been doing that too many times. Campbell off to a good start, 8 carries and 54 yards. We will go off tackle right. And Campbell, 2-yard gain. Sanders made the stop. He is back in the game. And it's 3rd and 2. And we'll go play action short to Johnson. But Atlanta playing short tight coverage will go medium fly. And wide open was Andre Johnson. A 21-yard gain on that. Sanders finally caught up to him to make the stop. So it's not often you make primetime look bad, but it happened there. Sweep to the right side for Campbell on 1st and 10 from the 43. And Campbell will pick up the first. He got into the secondary, a 13-yard gain before Kuykendall could get to him. 1st and 10 at the 44. Another stretch play. Campbell, so the left side of the line, comes over to block, but no such luck there. It's 2nd and 10. Could we do a jet sweep? We'll go Andre on the reverse. And he comes to the ball in the shotgun formation, and he picked up 4 yards. Claude Humphrey made the stop. I think that's his first tackle of this game. And now 3rd and 6. Hopkins, short out. He's got it, and he's out of bounds after a gain of 10. Trufant got to him. So it's 1st and 10 at the 30. 8th play of the drive coming up. We'll go inside to Campbell. Again, Atlanta playing short tight. We'll just go to Daniels on a medium hitch then. Try to outpass the coverage. There you go. 13 yards. Case making the tackle. And Watson has not thrown as many passes as Matty Ice has, but he's 5 for 9 and 69 yards. Back to Campbell. We'll just keep throwing those gut punches at him. Pitch to the right side. We'll run to the outside for a change. And Campbell picking up 7. Grimes making the tackle. Rain just before I took the air here on March 16, 2022, here in Seminole, about 4 in the afternoon, 4:07 to be precise. It was raining just before I came on, but there was no thunderstorm behind it or anything like that, so I just came on. Off tackle right side, Campbell, 2nd and 3. If there was thunder, I wouldn't have come on. Campbell is going to score again. Touchdown, Houston. So Campbell has now scored twice. A 16-yard run and now a 10-yard run, and we are a point away from a tie score. Your extra point, good for Del Greco, and we're dead even at 14 apiece. 3:44 left to go in a half. It's Dwight back deep for Atlanta, but that's going to be a kick going out of bounds on the kicking team. You got it right, Mr. Referee. And after checking my phone, it's 1st and 10 at the 40 with the kick going out of bounds. The old rule used to be that it would just be a 5-yard penalty, but at some point in the 80s or maybe early 90s, they said, okay, you're going to get the ball 30 yards from where it kicked, and then it was 25 yards. We keep that rule in the HTFL. That was an incomplete pass. Looking for White. 2nd and 10 at the 40. Roddy White. This time they find Roddy. A gain of 9. White had a 6-catch, 82-yard game against Tennessee. Third in the yard at the 49. That is no gain for Malone. Ken, the left tackle, was injured. He's going to stay in the game. It's fourth in a yard. At the 49, I will again watch for the fake punt. And that punt going out at the 12, a 39-yard punt for Bosher. And Houston has 2:18 left to go in the half. We'll start with a trap right to Earl Campbell. And then they'll get the 2-minute timeout right there. 2nd and 7 at the 15. We're going to go Billy Cannon's way on a sweep to the right side. And that's a gain of 2. Atlanta calling timeout. Not really thinking I can score here from this deep in my territory. So instead of trying such an effort, I'm just going to run the ball. Trap right Campbell on 3rd and 5. Make Atlanta call a timeout. But Campbell is loose. A gain of 19 to go to 108 on the day. We're not even at halftime yet, and we'll call a timeout. Now we can push down the field. 1st and 10. By the way, Houston with 1 timeout and Atlanta with 1 timeout. We're going to go short out to Hennigan on 1st and 10. And Atlanta in the nickel. And Hennigan is loose. Gain of 20. We'll go no huddle. Oh, no, he got out of bounds. The graphic really didn't show that he had gotten out of bounds. It showed like he was stopped in the middle of the field. But he did get out. 1st and 10. And we'll look to Daniels on a medium cross. He's got it. Now we can go no huddle. A gain of 12. And we'll look to Hennigan on the medium slant. 1st and 10 from the 32. Still plenty of time. And Hennigan with a catch. A gain of 13. 1:05 to go. We'll stay in the no huddle. And we'll screen it to Campbell. Can he pick up his 3rd touchdown here? No. Watson was forced out of the pocket on that screen. That stops the clock at 40 seconds to go. They will go 4 wide and put Watson in the gun. That brings Haywood Jeffries in as the 4th wide receiver. And will go his way on a medium out. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. With 36 seconds to go, how about a screen to Dominic Davis, who is the running back in the 4 wide. Davis has it. Gain of 12. A first down at the 8. 22 seconds to go. And we're going to try a very quick short hitch to Hopkins. And hope we have enough time. 9 seconds to go, and in Action PC football, this is where you want to kick a field goal. Del Greco will come on and try a field goal of 24 yards, which he gets, and it's 17-14. 6 seconds left to go, and we'll squib it. Taken by Coons. A return of 6, and that's your first half. Houston 17, Atlanta 14. So let me tell you a little more about Pauly Talks Wrestling. It's going to be available, already is available, mostly anywhere on the podcasting realm. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. And this is the show I do where I just talk about wrestling. Hell, I grew up in Tampa, so I kind of know a little bit about it. Thank you very much. And as I sip some green tea here, which I shouldn't be doing when I'm reading a commercial, which this is for all intents and purposes. This is our debut week. The first of the 3 fresh episodes will be dropping tomorrow, Thursday at 6 p.m., Thursday, March 17th, if you are seeing this before then. Friday, another episode drops, 6 o'clock, and then Saturday, Another episode will drop at 6 o'clock, and that'll be every week thereafter at 6 o'clock. And I also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Pauly Talks Wrestling, or Patreon. I don't know. I don't know whether or not to call it Patreon or Patreon, but I will call it either or the other. So check it out, Pauly Talks Wrestling. Also have a Facebook group with that title and a YouTube channel where we will be dropping. It'll just be the Pauly Talks Wrestling logo. It's not going to be video off the audio, at least in present time. And I might change that in a later. And I told you about the Patreon page. The URL for the site right now is paulytalkswrestling.buzzsprout.com. That is BUZZSPROUT.com. And I might be interested in buying the domain paulytalkswrestling.com, but don't tell anybody. They might steal it from me and make me have a premium, pay a premium for it. So Pauly Talks Wrestling, available anywhere in the podcasting universe, and a new episode will be dropping tomorrow, Thursday, and then 2 more after that for debut week, Friday and Saturday. Back to the game. And Houston leading 17-14. They ran 34 plays in the first half for 246 yards, 18 of them passes. 18 of them rushes, I beg your pardon. Atlanta had 18 passes, which is what confused me. 183 plays and 183 yards. If they had 183 plays, we'd still be playing in the first half. And Levias back deep for Houston as Houston won the toss and deferred till the second half. The kick was a touchback. So Atlanta has to play defense to initiate this second half. And we'll go back to Campbell, trap to the right side. He's having a big day. And he had 5 yards to the total. And he's now up to a $113. And we'll run the stretch play and give it to Campbell on 2nd and 5. The way he runs, you want to keep giving him the ball as much as you can. Hall on the tackle. Travis Hall out of Brigham Young after a gain of 3. 3rd and 2, so we'll go play action short. And we'll look to Daniels, the tight end, but we have a marker.
False start. Offense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty.
So that 3rd and 2 becomes a 3rd and 7. Just getting started with quarter number 3, 13:35 left to go. So we go 3 wide, bring Hennigan in, and we're going to look to him on the short hitch. Short of the first.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 10. 10-yard penalty.
Hopkins made the catch, but also interfered. So it'll be 4th and 4, and I'll bring in Norton into punt. Line of scrimmage being the 25, and this backed up Dwight a little bit. A 6-yard return after a 45-yard punt, so the net 39. First and 10 at the 35. It is Dickerson, no gain. He has been held in check to this point in the game. 4 carries for 22, 1 catch for 4. 2nd and 10 at the Atlanta 35. Screen, Dickerson. He will get the first down. A pickup of 12 on the catch. Ryan had a big game last week against Tennessee. 345, 21 for 31. 1 pick, 2 touchdowns. Ball at the 47 on this 1st and 10. And Ryan throwing for Mitchell. Reinfeldt on the coverage. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 47. Give is to Dickerson. This time Dickerson with a big play into the secondary. A 13-yard gain. And Dishman on the stop. Who knows? Dickerson could have a big second half for all we know. 1st and 10 at the 40. And this is Dickerson, gain of 2. Ryan's making the stop. And it's 2nd and 8 at the 38. With 10:35 left in the 3rd quarter. They run the ball, surprisingly. Malone picking up 2. Well, it's 2nd and 8. It was 2nd and 8. I thought it was 3rd and 8. Okay, 3rd and 6 at the 36 now. Now I would expect Ryan to pass it. looking for Jones, but an incompletion, and that's the second drop of the day for Julio Jones. They bring in Bryant, and he's got a big leg. I saw him kick a 60-plus yarder against Philadelphia as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer back in the aughts.
False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
So Kuntz with the false start, and now Atlanta waves the white flag on a scoring opportunity. They will punt on 4th and 11 from the 41 of Houston, and this is a kick into the end zone, a touchback. So give Washer a credit for a 41-yard punt and a 21-yard net. 9:01 left in the third. The Oilers leading 17-14, and we go Campbell's way on first down. That is a pickup of 4. He's up to 120 yards. I do believe we did the first Atlanta-Houston game a few weeks ago. And here we are doing it again because both teams in the pecking order in the South Division of the HTFL, 4 divisions of 8, an 18-game schedule. So you play 14 division games, 4 outside your division. And then the 4 best teams, the 4 division winners, make the playoffs along with the next 12 teams at large. So we have 12 wild cards, 2nd and 6th, and we have a playoff structure that favors the division winners. They'll get 2 weeks off if I do this right, and if Action PC allows me to do it the way I want to do it. And we are going to keep giving the ball to Earl Campbell. We'll go off tackle left on, well, no, we're not, because on 2nd and whatever it is, we're going to go medium fly to Andre Johnson because Atlanta playing short tight. It was a throw to Campbell. Gain of 5. 3rd and a yard at the 29. And we'll run Campbell again on the dive. 8 in the box for Atlanta, and they stone Earl Campbell. Tuggle on the stop. 4th and a yard. Do we dare go for it in this situation? Well, you're up 3, so no. We're going to bring Norton in to punt. And Dwight, I'm not the LA Chargers of 2021, running the ball on 4th down on your own side of the field in the 3rd quarter. Dwight made the catch at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Atlanta getting the ball back. We have 6:50 left in the 3rd. And Ryan will throw incomplete, looks like he was looking for Jim Mitchell there. And Ryan has slacked off a little bit after starting hot in the game. He's 13-22 for 174. And Ryan throwing, and he finds Roddy White, who gets into Houston territory at the 49, 25 big yards there. And now 1st and 10 at the Houston 49 with 6:29 to go. And that is White again. He's made 2 back-to-back big catches, gain of 16. Farr on the tackle for Houston. Miller Farr out of Wichita State, who no longer has a football program, or at least not a big one. 1st and 10 at the 33 of Houston. The give is to Dickerson. Dickerson is loose. Pickup of 15. So now he's up to 7 carries and 53 yards on the day. Ryans made the stop at the 17, and Atlanta on the move. 1st down. Looking for Jones on the sideline, incomplete. 4:15 left to go in the 3rd, 2nd and 10. And Roddy White, he deserved a touchdown after his great play on this drive. That was 6 plays, 74 yards, 245. And Atlanta retaking the lead at 20-17. And now 21 with Bryant hitting the extra point. Levias back deep for Houston. 4:05 left in the 3rd. And we're going to return it 2 yards deep. We're going to take a little chance here. And he returned it to the 20, which is the exact same spot that would have taken place if they elected to take a knee in the end zone. So back to Earl Campbell. He's having a good day, so we should just keep feeding them the ball. Off tackle right side. And Campbell goes over 1,000 yards on the season with that. A gain of 7. 183 carries on the season. 2nd and 3. And we need to look at the receiving matchups. Grimes is on Hopkins, and that's where we're going to go. Time for the big one. We're going to go play action bomb to Hopkins. Can he get open? Incomplete. Grimes may have
Upon
intercepted
further
the
review,
pass.
the ball was secured before
And he
it
did.
hit the ground. Interception. No timeout will be charged.
Tough break for Houston, as Grimes has his first interception of the year, and what a spot for it. 1st and 10 Atlanta at their own 28. That's kind of like a punt to them, though, really.
Holding. Offense. Number 78. 10-yard penalty.
So wave off the catch by Mitchell. And Atlanta has a 1st and 20 now from their own 18. And that a 5-yard run for Malone. He is up to 6 carries, 19 yards, 1 catch for 12. 2nd and 15 at the 23. This is a catch for Julio Jones, gaining 8. Making the stop was Dishman. 3rd and 7 at the 31. 1:51 left to go. And that is Dickerson gaining 3. Culp making the stop. 4th and 4. And Atlanta will punt it away. Punt return here for Johnson. He's got a lot of room. And he gains 15 off that 49-yard punt. So a net of 34. 1st and 10 at the 32. We'll go Campbell on a dive. And Campbell bullies ahead for 5. Tuggle on the stop. Campbell now 21 carries and 132 yards. 2nd and 5. And we're going to sweep it to Billy Cannon. 2nd and 5. But we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Atlanta 21, Houston 17. Do they have a problem? We will see in these next 15 minutes of play. And we'll go Johnson on a medium slam. 2nd and 5. And Sanders could not disrupt the reception. 14-yard gain for Andre. And that is, let's see here, his 3rd catch of the day for 45 yards. Sanders was out for a chunk of the first half. You kind of wonder if he's favoring that injury a little bit. Off tackle left Campbell in the double tight end set, and Campbell bulldozing for another 7 yards. Tuggle making the stop. 2nd and 3 at the 42. And we'll go play action medium pass. And we'll look to Daniels. Incomplete. 3rd and 3. 3 wide. And we'll look to Campbell on a screen. No, oh, he caught it, but no, that's a 3-yard loss. Backing Houston up to the 45 on 4th and 6. No need to go for it this early. We're just going to go sideline punt with Norton. And not a good kick there. 34 yards to the 11, no return. 12:31 left in regulation. 21-17, Atlanta leading. 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking for White, incomplete. Brazil tweaked his finger, but he's going to stay in the game. 2nd and 10 at the 11. And this is an incompletion. Ryan was again looking for Roddy White. Ryan now 17 of 29 for 240 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this is Dickerson gaining 7 on 3rd and 10. An unusual play call there, but considering the field position, not a bad one. Bosher will punt from the 18. He's back at his own 5. And Johnson made a couple of moves there. A 13-yard punt return. Punt went 52, so the net will be 39. 1st and 10 at the 43 of Houston. We're down to 11:23 to go. Cannon on a dive this time. number 33 out of LSU, no gain. 2nd and 10. They bring the extra tight end in for Earl Campbell. He's had such a good game so far. And Campbell picks up the first down. A pickup of 13. 152 yards on 23 carries now for Earl. And the ball's at the Atlanta 44. And we will run randomly to the right with Earl, but...
False start. Offense, number 89, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Reed gets called for the false start. It's going to be 1st and 15. And we're still going to run Earl. And Campbell past the 40 down to the 37. He picked up 12 on that run. 2nd and that will make it 3 at the Atlanta 37. Quarterback dive, Deshaun Watson. But again, Atlanta playing short tight, so we're going to go Andre's way, medium fly. He got open, but the pass didn't get to it. But
number
you hear it there.
Automatic, first down.
They got prime time for pass interference, moved the ball to the 24 for a 1st and 10. We'll go back to Campbell. He's got 2 touchdowns on the day, and he picks up another 12 yards. He's at 176. These gains getting larger for Earl Campbell. Ball to 12. 8:33 to go. He already has 2 touchdowns. He's looking for 3. Inside run, Earl Campbell. And this time, no gain. Sanders on to tackle. That's a visual for you, folks. Sanders tackling Earl. Little Earl Deion Sanders tackling Earl Campbell. But it happened, and we just saw it. Off tackle right in the base set for Campbell, and he powers ahead for 4 yards. 3rd and 6 at the 8. So, actually, it's going to be a bit of a spot here for Houston. And we're just going to stretch and hope Campbell can pick up 6 yards. And Campbell picks up more than that. He's got his 3rd touchdown of the game. And Houston retakes the lead. It's 23-21. Point after try. Good for Del Greco. 24-21 with now 6:25 to go. This has been a good game. As a team, Houston with 200 yards rushing on 32 carries. And Campbell's got the bulk of that, 28 for 188. They've been bludgeoning that Atlanta defense. Dwight at about the 2-yard line moves it up to the 30. No, I'm sorry, the 32. Lyles made the tackle after a gain of 30. That's what I was seeing. So Ryan just needs a field goal to tie. A touchdown will give Atlanta back the lead. It's to Dickerson. Dickerson picking up 7. He has had a good game so far. 10 carries, 70 yards. 2 catches for 16. And it's 2nd and 3 at the 39. Here's the throw. Incomplete, deflected by Farr. Set up 3rd and 3 at the 39. That is a completion to Roddy White. He's at an even 100 yards, and he reached that plateau on his 6th catch. 1st and 10 at the HTFL logo at the 50, the center of the logo. That's a catch for Jones. Gain of 16. He's up to 111 yards. So he too has reached the 100-yard plateau. Ryan closing in on 300. 19 for 32 for 267. And he has thrown 3 touchdowns. 1st and 10 at the Houston 34. 4:32 left to go. And that's a completion to Roddy White, and he makes a house call. 34 yards. And with that, Ryan gets to 301 on the day. And Atlanta retakes the lead. Point after for Bryant is good. And it's 28-24, so Houston's going to need a touchdown to win. A field goal will not be good enough. 4 minutes exactly to go. Levias back deep. He'll take it at about the 4. And a nice return for Levias. Oh my, 57 yards on that return. Bryant was the last chance to get to him, and he knocked him out of bounds. So, sets up a different set of circumstances for Houston. They could just ground and pound with 3:49 to go, at least for the short time being. And we'll trap it right with Earl Campbell. Short of a 200-yard gain. This time stood up at the line by Kuykendall. 2nd and 10. We'll keep going to him. Trap to the right side. But Atlanta playing short tight. We will go Owen Daniels on a hitch on 2nd and 10. No, not there. Incomplete. And now the tension rising. As Houston will have to go to their passing game, which is not their strong suit. How about a slant to Andre Johnson? He's got it, and he picked up 9 yards. 4th and a yard. Triple tight ends, and we got to give it to Earl here on a dive. 2:56 to go, and Campbell, did he get it? He got it. 2-yard gain. He's at 190. And they'll stay in that formation. Go to the no huddle. And we'll go to Earl on a trap. Try to get one more play in before the 2-minute warning. And there, Earl picks up 6 yards. Is he fatiguing? Yes, he is. He could go 8 more carries before hitting a fatigue level. And we reached the 2-minute warning. Houston looking for the score that would give him the game. Trailing 28-24. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Arian Foster has come into the game to replace a very tired Earl Campbell. So instead, we're going to go Hopkins' way on a short out. Both teams with all their timeouts left, and that's an incomplete pass. Trufant providing good coverage. Remember, Houston, a field goal does not help them. 3rd and 4, screen to Foster. He caught it. He has a 1st down, but we have to check the marker.
Encroachment, defense, number 97, 5-yard penalty.
We'll decline that and make it 1st and 10 at the 11. 1:44 to go. And we'll give Foster the ball. We want to call some timeouts and try to get Campbell back on the field. Foster picking up 3. And we'll call timeout with 1:39 to go. Foster's still out there. Campbell's still a little winded. And the way he had been playing, who could blame him? And we'll go Foster again. Trapped to the right side. And Foster picking up 3. And we'll call another timeout. 1:31 to go. Back to Earl Campbell in the lineup. We're going to go to him on 3rd and 4 from the 5. Hoping a trap to the right side will spring him for the score. No. 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 5 from the 6. And Houston's going to spread the field and go 5 wide. Ernest Givens comes in. It's going to be a short pass. And we're going to go Givens' way. The star out of Lakewood High School in St. Petersburg, Florida. 4th and 5 from the 6. Watson dropping back. He runs, but he's going to be short. Tuggle on the stop. And now Atlanta with the ball. And Houston has 1 timeout left. I dare say this game is over. 55 seconds left to go. And we have a penalty, though.
Holding. Offense, number 78.
Ken committed holding. Now, if this were real life NFL, if he committed holding in the end zone, that would be a safety. And Houston takes the penalty. I should have declined it because that would have been 2nd down and they would have had the clock stopped. 1st and 12 at the 2. Ryan throwing to Jones, and that's a 1st down. And Houston has to call their last timeout now. 36 seconds left, and Matty Ice can just take a knee, and this one is over. Atlanta 28 and Houston 24. Tough loss for the Oilers. Atlanta goes to 7-4 on the year. We'll have to wait and see Friday when we do the recaps what happens with Tampa Bay. And you see it there, Ryan the game MVP. Your team stats. That is even a game as you could get. 388 for Atlanta, 380 for Houston. Atlanta ran 51 plays. Houston ran 65, couldn't get the win. Ryan, the better passer, 21 of 34, 313 yards, 4 touchdown throws. Campbell, a 195-yard effort on 32 carries. His longest game was only 19, and they come up short. Jones, 9 catches to lead everybody, but White led in yardage with 134. Your leading tackler, Dishman, 10 for Houston, and that does it for this game. 28-24 was your final. And as I was saying, Atlanta goes to 7-4. They're a half game at the moment behind Tampa Bay. And Houston will be 6-5 and could have some company there. Our game tomorrow, Thursday, of course, is a big one. We had this game earlier in the season, Las Vegas at San Francisco. San Francisco just got by Las Vegas when they met the first time in Vegas, so that will be fun. And then Friday we'll do Philadelphia and Baltimore. So that has been it for the midway point of the season. Now we have done 53 games out of 105, so it's all downhill from here. Big Pauly, wishing you all a very happy evening. And Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again real soon. Might be sooner than you think. Bye bye for now, everybody.